back from a trip in Zambia, and I thought the whole experience was really great.
LifeNets was one of the big reasons we were able to be there. They provided the funding and support for us to be there.
We went to Zambia. We had the opportunity to teach English. Now with the English lessons, we tried to, we had to find some common ground.
In Zambia, the official language is English. There are over 70 dialects that they speak there. And so we have members from the northern provinces in Zambia that can't speak to members in the southern provinces because they speak different languages.
We took the direction of starting with hymns from the hymn. Sang the hymns and went through the words and asked the students themselves what words they didn't understand, what concepts they didn't understand.
The English classes were really great because they were all different levels, and some people knew hardly any English and the other people knew a lot of English.
Because I came to learn English, so I am very happy. Today I'm speaking English. I don't this days passing when someone is speaking English, I couldn't hear everything, but today I'm speaking, so I'm very happy.
It was neat because we got to throw in some biblical verses, and then we'd find more words that we didn't know or they didn't know, go through those. So we had a good framework around the English classes.
LifeNets always tries to give people skills rather than tangible things that they don't work for or use very much. So we tried to give them things like English, which is their national language, but some of them didn't really know it all that well.
Our brothers from America, Mr. Michael and Mr. Louis and Mr. Dina, everything is improved from you. When I go home, I'll start to teach my son and grandchildren, and my wife too.
The leadership courses were for 4 days, and Jim Tuck from the San Francisco Bay Area conducted those courses, and he did a number of lessons each day. He had a very good pace, and everyone seemed to really enjoy the classes because he didn't go too quickly, but he was able to cover lots of material but still be thorough.
Well, I heard a lot of good stuff about the leadership classes. Everybody had great things to say.
Leadership training courses are partly, lessons that brings us closer to Jesus Christ. It's not only the leadership skills, but it's something that encourages us spiritually. It gives us more spiritual insight.
You could see people learning. You could see that they came away with something new, something that's not new truth, but something that was new to them, some understanding, something that was made clearer to them, which was exciting to see.
The leadership class have helped me to just now take it from the level that I was to another level.
Water in the face is wrong.
The week was quite okay, but it's running so fast because I wish it had to go for 2 weeks. But I'll be thinking of this week to be the best.
We showed up and they decided that we were going to plan the youth camp, plan the whole schedule for the whole week. We ended up teaching a whole bunch of different things too. I taught 4 different classes.
So first aid, we did a class for the boys and a class for the girls.
I taught
Mr. Tuck taught. We did a career guidance course.
Swimming and ultimate frisbee.
In Zambia, a lot of the youth there is more focused on work than play. I think it's a cultural difference. Because in America, we're more focused around, like play and having fun. But in Zambia, they don't really, especially for the people who are raised in the countryside, they don't really have that luxury, I guess you could say. And they were more focused and, brought up from an early age working on the farm and working and learning all sorts of things. And it's a whole different exposure than what you're used to.
My favorite experience was definitely traveling around to see the brethren.
We had this huge opportunity to travel to some of the more remote locations, and while we were there, you can see how disconnected they are.
It was really great just seeing how they see things, and it was really encouraging to see that you were able to bring them up, because they were worried about being forgotten, that out in Africa we're the only ones there, but it was really beneficial being able to tell them, no, you're not the only ones there, we're still thinking of you, and we're sent here to teach you these things. So that was also another really good thing.
We went to Kasumpa, which is a small village, Nalabanda North, and then from there we went to Mumbwa Town, and we spent the night in Mumbwa Town, and the next day we went to Mapoko, 9 hours down a dirt road, and it's dusty, and there's not electricity, and there's not running water, and there's not telephones or mail service or any of those things.
It's a lot of plains, a lot of flat ground. There weren't too many mountains, or even hills for that matter.
The last village that we went to, Mapoko, we actually got to meet the newest addition to their congregation. It was a 6-hour-old baby that was born that morning.
Going to the places that they live, out in the middle of nowhere in some farm or village, and just seeing their houses, seeing their families, their animals, and their farms.
Well, the food is completely different actually from American food. For example, the fish, you get to meat it before you eat it. They give it the whole fish.
There were several families who had received cattle from LifeNets, as well as loans to buy seed to plant their crops.
Sometimes we take, I think, for granted how easy our lives are to access information. We have the internet, we have telephone, we have TV, we have everything at our fingertips, literally. And these people who don't have everything at their fingertips are still getting the same knowledge and the same calling that we have.
We would be the ones going there to teach the people, and we were the ones that are being taught.
I know that I always gain more from the experience than I can ever possibly give, because you're meeting so many people from a different culture, and you're gaining so much from their perspective. And hopefully they gain from our perspectives as well, not just in the English classes, but also from a world viewpoint.